Welcome. In a previous video I did an overview of this Apple IIc Plus computer, and it has a composite output on it, and I want to capture that. So I have a couple different options here I'm going to test. So the first option is this Muso AV to HDMI. So this has composite in and left and right audio channels. You can switch it from 720p to 1080p, has USB power, and has HDMI out. And I'll put a link in the description to all these products that I talk about, and if you use my link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So what this does is I can hook the Apple II into here. The Apple II doesn't have audio out, so I can't use these, but I can hook it into here and then get HDMI out, and then I'll use this Elgato HD60, which takes HDMI into the computer. So this here, this does not come with a USB adapter, so you can just use one that you already have. Next is this DigitNow USB to composite adapter. So this plugs into your USB port, and this has S-video, composite, left and right channels. And lastly, this is an older video camera. This is a Panasonic DV cam, and I can put composite into this using the cable, and I can output that using FireWire. So I can capture off this. So I can hook any composite device into this, or S-video also, and save this. So I'll put a link to this in eBay, but I don't know that you'd want to buy this. So, because I'm going to talk here in a minute about what you can do with these things. So I've tested these here, and I'm going to record them so you can see. But in my initial tests, it looked like this was the best option to use these two. And this is not cheap to do this, but you may already have an HDMI input, so this was relatively cheap. So this was the best option here. You do have to plug in USB, not a big deal. And this works on Mac and PC. This here, I got this to capture video on Mac, Ubuntu, and Windows, but the audio video is out of sync on the Mac, and I think the Linux was too. It didn't work very well on Mac and Ubuntu, but it worked fairly well on Windows when I used this software that it came with. And this does have a software key, so it's kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll check that one out. And this one works on a computer with FireWire that has some capture capabilities, and I have an older Mac that has that capability. So this could be an option if you already own a camera that has that capability. So these are the three options I'm going to look at, and next I'm going to record a bunch of samples with this. I'm going to record off of the Apple II, and then I have a tape in here, and while this has FireWire out, I'm actually going to use the composite out to test capture of these, and then we can compare the raw DV footage from this videotape, and it's probably 10 plus years old videotape with these adapters. So I'll come back to you when I get everything recorded. Okay, so what we have here is the upper left, we have the DV camera export, so that's the raw footage off the DV camera, and then on the right we outputted it through the HD game capture using the HDMI adapter, and on the bottom I have the DigitNow. And I lined these all up using audio at the beginning, but it seems like as time goes on they get slightly out of sync, and this is a minute-long clip. It's hard to say what would happen if this was running for a long period of time. The DigitNow really kind of seemed to get out of whack. And the DV cam and the DigitNow are at native pixel resolution if you view this at 1080p. The HD game capture output at 720p, so I downsized that to be the same resolution or same size as the DV cam and DigitNow. So now we're going to switch over to the Apple II, and this is a little program I wrote to draw a random mirror kind of graphic. The funny thing is this uses a random function, and the picture looks about the same the 3 different times that I ran it. So it shows you how good the random number generator is between the 3. You'll see here that the HD game capture is quite a bit sharper. And now we're going to list out the listing of the program, and the HD game capture is superior. Now we go to 80 column mode, and this really shows how much better the HD game capture is. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye. And you can stay tuned, and I'll throw the raw clips on the end with the audio so you can hear that too. I'm getting them. I'm pretty close, aren't I? It's hard paddling with one hand. Sure. I'm getting them. I'm pretty close, aren't I? It's hard paddling with one hand. Sure. I'm getting them. I'm pretty close, aren't I? It's hard paddling with one hand. Sure.